What's up, garage heads? This is Nick back with you. Today we're going to work on storage in this corner. It has become a dumping ground of just random materials. All those are going to the side of the house. And I've got a storage solution that I think is going to be really good. We're going to be able to store some scrap materials, some shorter metal pieces, because we're going to be doing a lot of welding on the Jeep here soon, and tools and some consumables. So let's get this cleaned out and we will get our storage solution moved in. I'm really excited about it. Alright, we got the fan on now for the most fun part. Leaf blower. That's satisfying. If you're not cleaning your garage with a leaf blower, what are you doing in life? Now I guess let's go out to the shipping container out of my dad's place and grab our storage container things. This probably looks crazy because shadows and stuff, but super excited to put a couple of filing cabinets in my garage. Why am I doing this? These were free. My dad shut his business down a few years ago, so I kind of grabbed a whole bunch of filing cabinets for my Connex. Hadn't really put anything in them. Had some space in the garage. These are coming from here to the garage. Two, besides being free, they are very durable. Metal filing cabinets. Drawers are made to carry a bunch of weight, and so they'll be great for tools and stuff. But don't even come at me with the "but it's not snap-on" or "it's not a real toolbox." Anything's a toolbox if you try hard enough. So we get these loaded up into the man van, and we'll meet back at the garage in a snap. There we have them, nestled nice and snug in the back of the man van. I'm going to tell you why you should consider not selling your old van, or if you can find one super cheap, why you should buy one. So let's get driving home and I'll share some with you. 3 reasons why you should consider either not selling your old van or maybe go look for one. First off, this thing was cheap. We bought it with 85,000 miles on it from my wife's grandma for about $3 grand. Right, that's about what it blue booked at. She was going to, assisted living home, and so we were in the need of an extra vehicle. So we bought this from her. It has been awesome. So cheap. That's not just purchase price, but also insurance. Parts are cheap. I've had to replace front struts, front brakes, a couple little things like that. But overall, it's only got 15,000 miles on it basically, and runs like a champ. 2, believe it or not, you can get a lot of amenities, especially in an older van, more than you might think. Yes, this one's a little bit older. It's a 01, so there's no heated power seats. They are power seats, but they're not heated. But you still have, power windows, power locks, cold AC, rear AC. Actually, this has got the dual zone AC. And oh, finally made it back to pavement. Lots of, you can get a top of the van that was top of the line 10, 15 years ago, and it still has a lot of cool stuff. But I think the number one reason, well, besides being cheap, is they are unassuming and you can do so much with them. We camp out of this thing. I haul sheets of plywood in the back. Run out here, grab stuff out of my Connex, out of my dad's. We went hunting out of this thing last year, and they're unassuming. You can do a lot with them, and next time your buddy is trying to move, you can say, sorry, I don't have a truck. All I've got is this old minivan, and you won't have to help him move. But let's get on back to the garage, and we will get these filing cabinets installed. Forgot to say, well, that's not going anywhere. So things were flopping around all over back here, taking turns, and didn't want to break a window with this thing flying everywhere. So that's not going anywhere. Sweet. All right, now that we got our filing cabinets where they're going to go, let's get them filled up with tools. All right, so one of the challenges to having smaller workshop space, I'm working out of a 2-car garage, is loose power tool storage. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of stuff you see up here. I've still got a lot of stuff still in its, blow mold cases, like router, SDS hammer, some of that stuff stays in those cases, but there's a lot of loose power tools, like my shears. This came in probably some sort of cardboard box from Harbor Freight. I'm not going to leave stuff in the cardboard box. So a lot of this loose stuff is going to be really handy to have it in a drawer. So let's keep finding random tools around the shop and put them in the drawers. Alright, so down here in the bottom drawer of the toolbox is all the air tools. I don't use these much anymore. I don't have a big compressor, so a lot of the stuff like the impact driver, impact gun, I switched to electric. So we're going to clear up some space in the big toolbox for some bigger hand tools, saws, pipe wrenches, that kind of stuff. And this is the perfect thing to start with moving over there. So let's go. Alright, next up we've got big old honkin' sander polisher. Go in there. Backing pads. We're gonna throw. I don't know where I got this thing from, but this is just an old antique big old giant grinder. I don't hardly ever use it, but I've got it. Old Milwaukee die grinder. This thing's pretty handy. You put bits in there and can really carve some stuff up. Multi-tool. Grinders. There we go. Sweet. Cooler labels eventually. Belt sander. There. couple of different DeWalt palm routers. Not palm routers, palm sanders. This is a palm router. Alright, that's just a cheapy extra one. Bosch palm router. Base is around here somewhere. I'll find it eventually. Okay. Woodworking stuff. Okay. Alright, so there are a few big things I know I'm going to put on top. Let me go grab those. I'll be right back. Oh, I got an old janky bench grinder. Move the B cam. This is a vibrating tumbler thing. Vibratory tumbler. Great for cleaning up like old nuts and bolts and stuff. Or brass if you reload. Okay, so this drawer, we are going to go get a bunch of our random auto tools that we don't use hardly ever. Compression testing kit, you know, stuff like that. Put it in there. Get the top of the big toolbox cleaned up a little bit. So let's do that. Alright, so this is digital inspection camera. This thing is super handy. You can do all sorts of stuff like look in cylinder heads and stuff. This is pretty cheap from probably Harbor Freight. Compression test kit, new in package. Oh, bearing and race driver set. Okay, these are super cool. If you don't have a set of these, you need to pick these up. Right, so they are circular aluminum discs with a handle, and they are a certain size. They tell you what size they are. So like this one's like 65 millimeter, and they're perfect for driving bearing races and stuff. So like if you're doing differential work or whatever, or seals, must have this thing. I've used this thing a ton. Compression test kit, another one. Put that in the back. Probably gonna use that. I'm gonna use more. Engine oil test kit. If it's leaking, you still got some. Dial bore gauge. That is important for doing engine work. Bought this to rebuild an engine and never used it. Plastic welding kit, never used it, so it's going in the drawer. Maybe. Alright, next one down. This one is going to be like kind of specialty auto tools that are kind of loose. Strut compressors. These things are terrifying. Crappy ring compressor. Aluminum polishing kit. What was this? Oh, yep, dial indicator. That is very handy for building engines and stuff. Polishing kit. Put that back with the polishing stuff. So this is pretty cool. These are piston ring compression, but it's a certain bore. So you put this indexes in the top of the, see ARP. This indexes in the top of the block, and then as you put your piston and rings assembly through, it compresses the rings to the right amount, where you can smoosh it in. And then there's a ring refiling mechanism I've never used. There's a theme here, isn't there? I've never used half of this crap. Maybe I should build an engine. Alright, it's late. Got the super bright light in my face. It's getting annoying to work on stuff. I've got a bunch of stuff put away. I'm pretty happy with the progress for tonight, so let's do some more tomorrow. Alright, so we're back. It's day number 3 of this project, if you're counting along with me. And we've still got 2 totally empty drawers. One at the top, one at the very bottom. So this one at the very bottom, what we're going to do is, I've got a bucket of like what I consider my large hand tools. Stuff that, use occasionally, a trowel, caulking gun, hand saws. Do people even use this stuff anymore? But I've got it, and it doesn't really fit very well in a normal toolbox, so stuff it in a drawer. And this one's kind of fun. I'm letting get people guess, see if they know what this is. It's got a pentagon head, just like this. Let me know in the comments if you know what this is. Oh, some shears. Well, there we have it. We've got still got one drawer. I don't know exactly what I'm going to put in it. Maybe some consumables I use a lot, zip ties, tape, things like that. That kind of makes sense. So, anyways, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today and past few days as I've been working on this project. Got a lot of crap cleaned off my workbench and just stuff from around the shop and the house consolidated into one spot. And I hope it will help me stay organized in the future. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you have any old file cabinets in your garage or your shop? What do you think? For free storage, can't beat it, right? So, see y'all next time. Thanks for hanging out.